Okay, so we have a 1,000 point battle report. We're playing 1,000 points because my good friend that just started 40k recently only has 1,000 points of Dark Eldar. So we're going to have a really small little game here. What am I feeling? I'm feeling a weird army, a little hodgepodge of everything. I've got war walkers, 6 jet bikes with my Farseer with them, 7 of these guys just holed up in this building up here. Decided not to deep strike in this game. I'm going to see what kind of use I can get out of them if I start them on board. 10 guardians with no weapon platform inside a wave serpent. A squadron of 2 Vipers, and 1 tiny little unit of 3 jet bikes held in reserve. And I'm facing, looks like 2 Venoms loaded with some guys inside. There is a bunch of Incubi and a Succubus or no, Archon in there. There's some Eldar jet bikes. There's warriors inside here. They brought a transport with them that they're not using. There's a Ravager and another transport with witches inside. And my opponent is going first. We're playing objectives, so 1, 2, 3rd objective, 4th objective, 5th objective, somewhere back there. It is night fighting, and my opponent's going to go first. Unless I can steal initiative, I'm going to try to steal initiative. Here we go. Nope, I don't steal it, so my opponent's going first. Now, I do have psychic powers. What happened is I rolled for them. I rolled pretty badly, so I just took 3 Primaris powers. I have Runes of Fate Primaris, Telepathy Primaris, and Divination Primaris. Didn't roll anything great, but these are good powers anyways, so decided to take them. And we'll be back in a bit. Okay, surrounding up top of turn 1. Devastation in the Warp Spiders as they just fail a lot of saves. I think I had to make 5 saves. They failed 4 of them, but luckily the other Venom didn't get any damage in on them. But they made their leadership. There's only 2 left, though. A Bright Lance, a Dark Lance from one of those vehicles took out one of these guys, too. Couldn't make the 4+. What else happened? Those things flew up over here. Lance from the Witches transport managed to penetrate, but the Serpent Shield held at least, so just 1 glancing hit here, because we hadn't moved, so we're not allowed to get a cover save yet. These guys just moved up into this area and then flattened out over here because they had no targets to hit, so they're going to wait for next turn. And that was pretty much it. The Ravager couldn't get in on any good targets, so he was too far away to shoot at the Wave Serpents, so he decided to go flat out over there. He's hiding himself on their side. And it's over to the Eldar turn 1. Back in a bit. Warp Spiders again. Another game in a row. Not a factor. Alright, so rounding up Eldar turn 1. Guide on these guys. Prescience on those guys. And what do we do? These guys moved up over here, blasted into there, wrecked that vehicle, exploded it, and put some wounds in, but they didn't take any wounds that stuck on these guys. And these guys over here, these poor bastards fired in there, got 1 hit out of 4, unfortunately. Couldn't do anything. Got 1 penetration, actually, but he made his 5+ cover. These guys over here, then, were prescients. They managed to actually blast in there and wreck that vehicle, exploded, killing 3 of these guys. What did they make their leadership, which is... Oh, right. Okay, let's check out, see if they made their leadership. We'll roll it up here, why not? Yeah, they're good. These guys over here afterwards jetted in the assault phase over here. They're hiding from those guys, and they want to hopefully take on the witches. Hiding from the shooting that's in that building, but maybe getting beaten up by those guys. These dudes flew up over here, just fired some shuriken cannons into here. 2+ cover save, though, but we managed to luckily kill 1 guy. I don't know how, but 1 guy died. Didn't matter, though. This vehicle over here blasted the scatter laser and the shield, managed to connect with the scatter laser, and therefore the shield fired, ignoring cover, and actually got only 2 penetrations through on that thing and immobilized it. So really, an empty transport with a gun, pretty good. It's doing as fine as it used to be. And that is it for Eldar. So we're on to top of turn 2. Rounding up top of turn 2 for Dark Elves. These guys moved up here ready to charge my 2 surviving Warp Spiders, but they didn't even need to because their pistols just gunned them down. Saves not their forte this game. These guys over here decided they're not going to hold back. They're going to move up. Obviously, they weren't in charge range, so they moved up and they ran. They had fleet and extra dice. They got an extra 5-inch run. They're right in the heart of my army now. I've got to deal with them this turn. Also, these guys flew over all the way from here, dropping bombs on these bikers, but couldn't kill anybody. Some pretty good saves on my bikes there. However, some shooting from that Venom managed to wipe out 1 of the bikers over here. So no morale forced yet. Lance from that guy got into here, but couldn't hit him, but couldn't punch the armor. Ravager fired into here, got 1 penetration, but the Hollow Fields held, actually. It was a 5+ Jink, and I got the +1 from the Hollow Fields, and I rolled a 4. So for once, the Hollow Fields have done something. And that is about it. We're rolling on to bottom of turn 2. We're going to see if my reserve jet bikes come on, my little unit of 3 guys. The little unit is on with a 6, so we're back in a bit. Running up Eldar turn 2. Bikes flew on over here, combination of them and the Warwalkers with guide, and this vehicle finally. It took so much shooting, but we finally wiped out the unit and got him down to 1 wound. He's down to 1 wound with a 5+ save left. That's because these guys popped out over here, and pretty lucky odds on them. I thought they'd kill maybe 2 or 3 bikes, but they managed to wipe out all the bikes. The bikes just could not roll very well. These guys over here flew up within 18-inch range because I think it's night shields, but could not get a single penetration or glance. Their guns were just not loaded with live ammunition. These guys flew up over here. I was going to shoot and charge those guys, so I prescienced this unit, but I used his telepathy power, and he single-handedly wiped out all 5 of those witches. So they just moved back here with their jet bike move. And it's looking pretty good so far for Eldar. Top of turn 3 coming up for Dark Eldar. Okay, top of turn 3 for Dark Eldar. A lot of things winding down. This guy here tried to charge in the Guardians, but they overwatched him to death. However, this thing was also wrecked. 2 glancing hits from a variety of sources. Blaster and that one lance way back there has been harrying this vehicle all game. Managed to get through. Hollowfield's failed both times. This guy over here, what an unlucky guy. Fired 3 lances, 3 hits, only 1 penetration. And the penetration just made it so this guy's stunned, that guy on the side there. Pretty unlucky there. Otherwise, a ton of shooting into here. Blew away half of this unit. Only a Farseer and 2 jet bikes left. They made their leadership, though. And then we're on to bottom of turn 3 for the Eldar. We're going to try to put the finishing blow on the opponent. Okay, rounding up real quick now. Guide here, prescience over here. They moved in over there with all their shooting with the cannons. All their shooting here. Couldn't wreck the vehicle, so we had to fire the Warwalkers there to wreck it. They just wrecked, actually. Did not explode. And then these guys charged in. We actually managed to cut them down in combat, but not before my Farseer actually took a wound. So we cut them down in combat, then we consolidated over here. Shooting over here, just moved that one guy around because the other guy was stunned, but couldn't do anything to that guy, so we're still having a gong show over there. And that is that my Warwalkers have decided to move out because there's not much else that can hurt them, so they move forward into the opponent. And these guys just moved up over here. They have no platforms, so they're just kind of chilling. And it's back to top of turn 4. Okay, so we've just called the game at the top of turn 4. My opponent really only has that left, and 1 lance there, and then a unit here. They saw nothing to shoot at, so we just fired some lances in here, trying to kill my Warlord, but managed to make my save on the Warlord. 1 guy did die, though, and we're just going to call the game there. But thanks for the game. Thank you. And there it goes. So, small little game, over in 4 turns.